Hi and welcome to my Booktube channel. I'm doing the Booktube Newbie tag because I've just started to see it all over my YouTube feed, and I think it's quite a nice way for you to get to know me, and I just think this is a nice way to document my just reading journey and the path that I'm on at the moment. So even if it doesn't get any views, at least I've got it for me, which is nice. But so I've got about 12 questions. The first 5 are like personal ones, and then the next 7 are just about books I like and just about books in general. So yeah, let's start. So why did I start this channel? Well, it was basically in July I got made redundant, which wasn't great, and I really wasn't in the best headspace to basically just go for interviews and get right back into it. I used to be a UX researcher, and I suffer from a panic disorder, and last year I think it was about March, I had to take about a month off work because I had a really bad episode and I ended up getting a stutter and I wasn't able to speak. So I just felt really stressed out when I got made redundant, and I could feel myself getting into that pattern again. And I just really wanted to avoid overly stressing myself, and I just wanted to keep me as number one. So what helps me when I'm feeling really stressed is I read a lot. So I started to read a lot this year, and I started a couple of book clubs with my friends, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna start filming. So I just set up a Booktube account, and I'm blogging as well, so I'm writing down my reviews, which I'm finding really therapeutic. And I've got an Instagram, Pinterest, and I'm also doing dog walking. So what are fun and unique things I can bring to Booktube? So I think I'm quite bubbly and I've got a good personality. So I'm hoping to bring that across in my YouTube account. I've also got my cat Iro. I think he can bring a unique vibe to Booktube. Do you want to come say hey? Say hey. Come and say hey. He's called Iro, and he is named after Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you haven't watched it, watch it now. He is really, really cute. Sometimes when I'm reading, I read next to like a windowsill, and he sits on the windowsill, or if I'm laying on the sofa and reading, he comes and lays on me. I'll actually insert a clip so you can see. He's really cute. He's loving, but not, he's loving when he wants to be, which is what cats, that's the main thing about cats. They decide when they want to be loved and hugged, and I'm all for that consent. I think that's what I can bring, and I'm reading quite a different vibe of books, and I just want to find more books. That's why I'm on Booktube, is to see what other people are reading, get more inspo, and just broaden my reading palette. What am I most excited for about this new channel? Basically just reading more, doing what I really love to do, trying to be my own person and to meet people. Like, that would be really nice, to get a community, even if it's just a couple of people where I can chat about books. I have 2 book clubs at the moment with 2 of my besties, and both different because they both like different books, but I love it. I don't think there's anything better than having someone to talk about a book to. Like, in the evenings I do talk to my partner about, oh yeah, this happened in this book, but he doesn't care. He doesn't know what's going on, and to be fair, he does the same to me, and I'm just there nodding like, oh cool. But I think it's nice to have someone to just chat to about books we've all read. So that's something I'm really, really looking forward to hopefully getting a couple of people just to chat about books with me. Why do I love reading? Well, it is just purely escapism, and when I'm feeling really stressed out or in a panic state or feeling quite anxious, reading a book, I'm in another world. It's so great. I don't know if anyone else, I think most people suffer with some sort of anxiety, but when you're feeling really stressed, your mind is running a million miles an hour, and it's just nice. I pick up a book and that goes quiet, and it's perfect. So they're all the personal questions. Now we're getting into the about book side. What kind of books do I like to read? Probably my top 3 genres are historical fantasy, and romance. I do like comedy, but I have to really be in the mood, whereas I can literally pick up a fantasy romance anytime. And I like fantasy because it's more escapism. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. Okay, what book am I currently reading? So, the 2 in my book club are Wolf's Den by, Elodie Harper? I hope I'm getting that right. But yep, this one, I've literally just started it, but it's not too bad at the moment. It's historical novel, fantasy, mythology, that kind of vibe. And then also this one. Really good actually, by Monica Heasley? I'm gonna look that name up. I'm really bad, which I will get better on because I know I will be critiqued on this. So I will get better at this. But yeah, and I've got this one, which is a comedy book. And yeah, I was really, really excited for this actually, because I haven't read a comedy book this year, I don't think. No, I think I've read one. So this will be my second. So yeah, I'm quite excited for that. Put that in there. Okay, so most recent book you couldn't finish. Oh my God. I'm going to get judged for this. Mega. But it is The Orange of the Priory Tree by Samantha Shannon. I haven't DNF'd it, but I literally started it in April and I'm 50% through. Oh, it's so bad, but I just could not get into it. With high fantasy, the most high fantasies I read, they're very descriptive about everything. The scene, the people, the clothes, and they're lengthy books. So like Outlander and the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. Literally, you know everything's going on in that book. One of the Outlanders, which one was it? I think it was the Fiery Cross, the 5th one. This is excessive, but the first like 250 pages was one day. It was a bit much, but with the Priory of the Orange Tree, I just could not, I wasn't attached to any of the characters. But yeah, so that's one. But I will finish it, I'm determined. People say it's an amazing book, and I did enjoy it while I was reading it. And I was actually reading that with my partner, because we've got a copy each. And yeah, we both just has not gripped us, which is sad. Oldest book you own? I think it's Outlander or Good Omens. Let me check. I actually don't know. I don't know the release dates of these. Okay, they're old books. Okay, this came out in 1990. That's older than me. 5 years older, if you want to work that out. 1991. Oh. Yeah, 1991. So, Good Omens by Neil Gaiman. So funny. If you haven't read this, read it. And the series is good as well. How many books is too many books in a series? Okay, now I feel like I'm only talking about Outlander, but honestly, you understand if you've read any of those books. They are beefy. They are so big. And at the moment, there's 9 books in the series, and I think there's going to be 10. For me, that's too much because how thick the books are. They're insanely big. I mean, this is the smallest one. This is one. They're huge. But saying that, that's a long book series, but then I've just finished an 8-book series, Tog, and those books are not as chunky. Like, some of them are, but they're not consistently chunky, and I could get through that. But I would say a sweet spot 5 maximum. If I had all 8-book series, oh my god, it would be too much. Love triangle, yes or no? Absolutely yes. I freaking love triangle. I love those romance tropes, enemies to lovers, grumpy to sunshine. Yeah, they're great. But I don't like it when it's obvious who the winner's gonna be, like who the obvious end game guy is. I don't like that. And I feel like 8 times out of 10, we know. So I love it when a book, literally, I have no clue until the last book or halfway through the last chapter. I don't know. Like, and then it's like, boom. That's when I like it. But still, definitely in mangas, that's an issue. And then last question is, oh my god, a book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. Another thing I might get hate for. The Hunger Games. That book, I mean, I never read them as a kid, and I read the first one this year. I've got all 3 because my partner's read them, but I haven't read the second and third, which I will. However, the first was rubbish compared to the film. Okay, if I hadn't watched the film, then maybe it would have been really, like, it would have been good. But I feel like the film was better. Like, I preferred a lot of things in the film. The only thing I will say about the books is Peter is so much better. So much better. In the movies, he is such a sap. But in the books, he's good. He's sassy, he's more strong, he's more confident. I much prefer him in the books. However, yeah, the book just wasn't for me. And people are like, this is my favourite book, I read it every year. Yeah, I couldn't. I really struggled to get through it. But yeah. Don't judge my taste just on this. But yeah, so that is it for my Booktube Newbie tab. If you agree with anything I've said or disagreed, comment below. But yeah, I'm hoping to put out hopefully a blog a week. My Mac is dying, so I'm really struggling to upload. That's why I'm uploading a lot of shorts at the moment, because I can easily do that. But yeah, so yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, I think the next one's gonna be either just a casual chat about a book I've just finished, or like a November reading wrap up. So yeah, expect hopefully a blog in about a week or so. Okay, well, that's me, and I hope to see you in the next one.